Hello, you fine, beautiful people. I'm back here once again with another reaction, and today I'm going to be reacting to Telegraph Road by Straits. If you're new to the channel, I play a song all the way through, give you my thoughts and opinions on it at the end. And as usual, if there's anything you want me to react to, just put it down in the comments section. Try to get around everyone's suggestions. So, I have to say, I really enjoyed the live version of Sultan's The Swing and Brother in Arms, so I thought, you know what? Let's listen to Telegraph Road. I know a ton of you suggested it. So, without further ado, here it is, Telegraph Road by the great Dire Straits.
Yeah, and a long time ago, come a man on a track, walking 30 miles with a sack on his back. Then he put down his load where he thought it was the best, made a home in the wilderness, built a cabin and a winter store. He plowed the ground by the cold lake shore. You're the travelers came walking down the track. They never went further, no, they never went back. Then came the churches, then came the schools, then came the lawyers, then came the rules, then came the trains and the trucks with their load. And the dirty old track was the Telegraph Road. Yeah, then came the mines and came the ore, and there was a hard times, and there was a war. People driving home from the factories. Now you got 6 lanes of traffic, 3 lanes moving slow. Used to like to go to work, but I shut it all down. I got a right to go to work, no work here to be found. Yeah, they say we're gonna have to pay what's owed. We're gonna have to they reap from the seed is sown. When all the birds up on the wires and up on the poles, they can always get out of this rain and this cold, and you can hear them singing out the telegraph code all the way down the Telegraph Road. And I'd sooner forget, but I remember those nights. Yeah, life was just a bet on a race. Between the lights, you had your head on my shoulder and your hand in my hair. Now you act a little cold, like you don't seem to care. But just believe in me, baby, and I'll get you away. I'm gonna get you out of this darkness and into the day. From all these rivers and headlights, from these rivers of rain, from the anger that lives on the streets where days name. 'Cause I'm under every red light from memory lane. I see desperation explode into flame, and I don't wanna see it again. From all these signs just saying sorry, but we're closed all the way. Down the Telegraph Road.
So that was Telegraph Road from the Alchemy Live by Dire Straits. Wow, what a song. I love this. One part of the song I absolutely love is just the fantastic keyboard work throughout this song. Like, it really does make it really interesting. It gives it a nice little unique flair to it. And also in this song, as the song kind of starts, it's a very kind of slow, somber, but it builds and builds. And one thing I've really noticed about Dire Straits that I absolutely love is the way Mark Knopfler builds his guitar solos, and how it might start off being kind of a little slowish, but as it builds into just these rocking jams. And you can tell, not just with Mark, but you can really tell the rest of the guys in the band are having tons and tons of fun playing with them. At times you just see the drummer, it looks like, just lean over and just kind of like he's watching Mark and that. They're kind of playing off one another. Mark Knopfler is a hell of a guitar player. Through these 3 videos I've seen so far, really does, at least for me, I've gained a lot more respect for Mark Knopfler. Like, I know he was a great guitar player, even listening to songs like Sultans of Swing, but just listening to other songs and the way he builds them, the atmosphere, the mood, everything seems to be on point. I love the fact that the other guitar player, who, if I remember correctly from one of the comments, someone said might have even been his brother, to see him and the bass player as well, just like having these fun times just on stage, and watching during the solo, as Mark's playing his solo, the bass player comes in and starts really kind of like amping up the energy. The drummer absolutely looks like he's having a hell of a time, especially as the song builds. Like, you get to those solo and jam moments where they're really able to show off, and looks like a fantastic time. Looks like the crowd's having a hell of a time. This is a band that I always look at and I'm like, you know what, this would have been a fantastic band back in the day to see live. Because, man, like, the songs that they put out is just phenomenal. Also watching this, like, some of the techniques, like, I figure it'd be pretty hard. I've played guitar a little bit, like, never to the level of like a Mark Knopfler or anything, but the one thing I always kind of think of whenever I'm watching them kind of doing like this kind of finger picking, kind of chicken picking kind of thing going on there, is unlike having like a pick in your hand where the pick kind of takes the brunt of like the strumming. I wonder how much on your hands that hurts, just going like this on the strings and that, because I know I've done it a few times, and after a while it does start to hurt. So I wonder, like, after a while, does that get easier? But yeah, just listening also to some of the phrasing. Like, I really love the use of the keyboards, the pianos, kind of work to set the mood, set the atmosphere, give it a whole nother feeling. Lyrics to the song: a long time ago came a man on a track, walking 30 miles with a sack on his back, and he put down his load where he thought it was best. He made a home in the wilderness. He built a cabin and a winter store. He plowed up the ground by the cold lake shore. The other travelers came riding down the track, and they never went further, and they never went back. Then came the churches, then came the schools, then came the lawyers, then came the rules, then came the trains, then came the trucks with their loads, and the dirty old track was the Telegraph Road. Then came the mines, then came the ore, Then came the hard times, and then there was war. Telegraph sang a song about the world outside. Telegraph Road got so deep and so wide like a rolling river. And my radio is saying tonight it's going to freeze people driving home from the factories. There's 6 lanes of traffic, 3 lanes moving slow. I used to like to go to work, but they shut it down. I've got a right to go to work, but there's no work here to be found. Yes, they say we're going to have to pay what's owed. We're going to have to reap from the seeds that's been sown. And the birds up on the wires and the telegraph poles, they can fly away from this rain and this cold, and can hear them singing out their telegraph code all the way down on Telegraph Road. You know I'd be sooner forget, but I remember those nights when life was just a bet-on race between the lights. You had your head on your shoulder and had your hand in my hair. Now you act colder, like you don't seem to care. But believe in me, baby, and I'll take you away from out of the darkness and into the day. From these rivers of headlights, these rivers of rain, from anger that lives on the streets with these names, because I've run every red light on memory lane. I've seen desperation explode into flame, and I don't want to see it again. From all the signs saying sorry but we're closed, all the way down on Telegraph Road. It's really an interesting song. And the lyrics to it are really sad when you think about it. And it's one of these things you always look at, like all these small little communities around, and how kind of a lot of them kind of over time just die off, and then you're left there wondering what happened. And it really is a interesting song, like talking not only about that but also about industry and kind of just this fragileness to it. At least that's what I'm getting from it, where it's like, yeah, we sat down, we started this place, we built it, we watched it grow through generations, and then something happens, like said, that the signs on the door saying sorry we're closed, like how work just dries up. They want to work but they can't work because there is no work. And it's really a sad kind of existence. And it really is a deep, interesting song. One thing I love about Mark Knopfler as well is the lyrics to a lot of these songs are very deep. Like, they're not your typical like standard rock lyrics. They're deep, they're meaningful, they kind of have a purpose. And yeah, it's really interesting. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on Telegraph Road by Dire Straits. Love the song. Can't wait to hear more from this band. If you guys have any other suggestions, put them down below in the comment section. I definitely want to check out more from this band because they are phenomenal, especially this Alchemy live stuff. Wow, like just watching Mark Knopfler and the rest of the band play is just phenomenal. Like, his bass player, I really like it. I love how he kind of does the Yngwie Malmsteen, which probably is where Yngwie might have even gotten that from, but that giant kick in the middle, it's kind of, that's what it always reminds me of, is Yngwie, whenever you see him going around and he'll just all of a sudden during his concert just kick. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions. Love to know what you guys think. Once again, I have to say thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. This is me here signing out. Peace.